And
You're gonna get Zach's whole stick in. Do it.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, that was actually on stream as well.
Yeah,
Yep. Lovely.
Yep.
Timing.
Timing. Hello, everybody. We are back again for another episode of the not that one, Winimere Falls. And I've just realised it's a bit quiet today, isn't it? Let's get some vibes.
Maybe.
Let's get vibing.
I'm vibing without any music.
I haven't got any liquids. I'm gonna have to swallow my own saliva.
Oh.
I have a liqueur fridge right beside me. It's a great time.
Perfect.
I have
Cool.
a Kraken mug.
I'm starting with tea though, considering
Avatar did.
Merrick's
Yeah.
voice.
Oh, there's a hydrate and a posture check. Fucking hell, it's everything.
Already, Jesus.
Oh. And a stretch. Yeah.
Oh, like 8 things just cracked.
Yep.
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 Are you now a glow stick?
Oh.
She's here in spirit.
Yes. So, we are going to get started. It is lovely to see you all, and as you've probably noticed, we have someone back with us. We have a true veteran among us. Most of us are veterans, but yes, we have.
But one of us is an honourable discharge veteran.
an honourable.
The rest of us are
Yes,
just
that makes sense.
old.
I mean, I'm a veteran at discharging, but I mean,
That was good. I'll give you that one.
smooth. Oh,
Your
dear.
socks as evidence.
my socks will stand up on their own. They probably like walk around on their own.
Called
And shit like
standing
that.
to attention.
I
Yeah.
just realized that I'm surrounded by,
Men.
well, men.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just like,
Go for it, Silver.
That's-
To be fair, no. To be fair,
That's-
to be fair,
Zach is
gender
here.
fluid.
to be fair, the
No.
gender fluid one among us
Yeah.
said nothing.
It's true.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, all right.
Yeah, because you've been mesmerized by Rob sucking his
Yeah.
ice lollycock.
Oh Lord.
It-
So D&D.
So D&D, yes. We are gonna jump right into it, get moving in, and first of all,
I've driven it down my chin.
I realised there's a tradition that I haven't had for a while, and I've realised that I can do this. I need someone to give me a rundown of last session, and I need a volunteer. Dean.
You are a cruel bastard.
Oh, Zach, I no longer
You said you were
feel bad now.
caught up. You said
I
you were
am
caught
caught up. This is a fun test. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, itty bitties! We love those bitties. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
very
Centennial
much.
biddy.
okay. I'll take that as motivation. Your biddies.
Got
Will,
this.
your biddies will empower me.
Biddies
Um,
make the world go round.
So last, if I remember correctly, last where we left off, the team had definitely set themselves up in the city of Azarok, but continuous pressures were mounting around them. Many of those pressures being continued signs of corruption within both the leadership of the city and the church, which in some cases are melded together. Some of these religious faiths are, correct me if any point I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe there has been signs that the current sovereign is dead, and his daughter has been rescued by Wayne, and is now currently at the Winimere's Fall under Tara's protection, whether she wants to be doing that or not. And it seems like behind all of this, both behind the wanted poster out for the Dragonborn and some obvious connections to the Winimere Arcane Society and Asana, seems to be a central figure who we have named the brother. Ooh, forgetting the name though.
Brother Rohin.
Run.
Rohin. I was going to call in another campaign. We have a
Heck, you
brother
remembered.
Rosin.
You're
You're doing
doing
amazing.
great,
I love it. Yes, Bardic
You're doing
inspiration.
Brother Brother Rohan seems to be the individual who is, and other people within the faithful, especially amongst Alos's kin, essentially has been saying that like Brother Rohan is not himself or has changed. This kind of culminated with the team spreading out to find whatever information they could, and Alos being pretty much excommunicated. And but with the blessing of their kind of motherly figure. So there's a very heartfelt moment, and I don't know if I'm missing any huge shit. Is that how'd I do?
You have covered a lot there.
A lot of it. Good job, Dean.
I mean, you know, Salvar and Saralaz are now engaged, right?
I did. Yes, I did see that. That I audibly went. Oh!
And so after Alos effectively being disfellowshipped, and I've actually forgotten exactly where we ended off last time. My brain has left.
It was at the excommunicate. I actually just watched it.
Me crying under a bridge, and then we went on break.
Yeah.
Lovely. So
one big thing too is that the Oracle of the Church of the Morgan is now fully targeting
Invested.
Bola for having a weapon that she deems as hers.
Yeah,
So it's not just there. Damn near everyone in the party, like Wayne is an undead abomination in their eyes.
Yep.
Bulla is wielding a weapon they don't believe she deserves or that they want back, regardless. They want and have been searching for the Dragonborn for fucking ever. That we now have a excommunicated member of their church in them, and then there's Merrick and Sarlas.
Yeah, so 2/3 of the party are now being hunted by about the most terrifying warriors on the planet.
yeah.
Or
before
at the
they
very
attack
least, they have aggressive interest in them.
Yes. Yeah. Aggressive interest. That's a good euphemism there.
Guns with guns. We're sticking with it. Guns
I am
with
going
guns.
to beat them with my ultimate spell, tax evasion.
Love it. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh wait, no, they're a church. They already do tax evasion.
Yeah, they do. Oh, I'm sorry. You've just reminded me of my favourite joke ever. I'm terribly sorry, Your Honour, but I'm afraid I was high on bath salts at the time of the tax evasion, so I cannot be held accountable.
So that's pretty much us caught up.
That is us caught up, and I'm going to start
job,
off
dude.
with Alos.
Hi. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's just
I'm
like
fine.
great. It's just amazing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll stay under the bridge for in my rat form for like the 3 hours I'm able to, basically. And like towards the end of that, I'll crawl my way back up into a side street.
Good druid.
Not be a horrific, spiky rat bone null thing abomination. And make my way back towards the tavern to just fill everyone in on the very, very bad happenings.
I would like you to give me 2 rolls.
Oh no.
Perception. Just give me the perception at first, and then give me the result.
Okay.
Oh shit! Wait, you're a skill monkey. I asked it, and then I remembered that you're good at everything. Fuck.
Oh no!
29.
They're not good at everything. They're just really obscene when it comes to perception.
Right, I see.
Stole my
That's
gimmick.
28.
Yeah,
let's
you
go.
got not quite as good as Merrick. Merrick does beat you out on that, but you have gotten almost as
Does he?
good.
I actually think we're on par.
28 as well?
Yeah, 28.
Nice.
Nice. So,
Oh, Zach, by the way, did you divvy Merrick's gold for the pension? Oh, we'll leave it until now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't have to happen right now. I've been in a coma.
I want.
I gave you
So
the
okay,
sponge bar.
on that perception, you have a tail.
Oh, no. What does the tail look like?
Long and waggly. No, sorry. The tail looks like a. You realise almost immediately that you have a dryad following you. This dryad has quite a long cloak covering down the front of her. You can't see her face. You can tell that she's a dryad given your background. And at the fact that the skin, you can see the bleaching of the chlorophyll on her skin. And you can also tell by the weapon that she's carrying. You give me an insight now to see if you can get this bit.
Dryad.
Hey, so I
again.
have the same bonus,
Oh, no.
so let's just hope I don't roll badly. 31. Yeah, I suppose.
This is gonna be so fun, me and you competing for perception.
It does actually mean the party will never miss anything, hopefully.
I'm sorry, but I've just got like this Legolas and Gimli rivalry of I noticed it first. Right?
That still only counts as one.
So on that insight, you recognize the weapon that she has. Especially because you recognize a twinned marking of the Morrigan. And of Sylvanus.
Oh no. Okay.
And you recognize a symbol on there that is familiar, but you can't put a name to it. And on your high levels, I'm going to say that you have quite a good idea of what the symbol is. The symbol is a mistletoe branch that is wrapped around a rapier. And underneath it, you see, in Sylvan, a single phrase, 2 words. Winimere's Fallen, written underneath the emblem.
Okay. Remind me very briefly. Last session when the Dryads in Winimere were spoken about, was I there?
No,
I don't think I was there.
Alos doesn't have the context of the Dryads that they put there.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was in character or not. Okay. I'll like walk like a few weird circles basically around just to see if it is actually following me, just to double check.
Yeah.
If that continues, I'll go like around a corner at one point, tightly around the corner so I'm out of view, and just wait there. So when they come around, I can just and this will be like down a side alley or something, so it's out of the way. Just grab them and pull them in to have a conversation.
Lovely.
With me.
Fucking dryads.
What's your initiative?
When it's your 3rd session, you get shanked.
+5.
+5. Ooh, okay.
20 dex.
The reason I ask is basically is either going to it was basically who's doing the save here and who's doing the check. This is contested. Okay. You can choose how, in that case, you're going to grapple her. I will let you use strength or dex.
I would like to use dex because I have a -2 strength.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So dex to grapple, and I am going to get her to do dex in response. It's not bad.
That is a 10.
Ooh.
Okay, she's beaten you by a large margin.
You're gonna get to talk to them.
I want you to do a quick dexterity saving throw, please.
That might go better. 21.
Yeah. You go into grapple, but she reacts like fucking instantly, right? And you just see as the bow that she has, she clicks it, and as it clicks, the string detaches. It goes into a full staff with a bladed end, and she goes to try and trip you. You jump back, kind of having that moment of fuck, as she kind of moves out the way, and she bolts in the opposite direction and runs into the street.
I'm chasing after her.
Cool. Okay. Movement.
as we're going, I'm going to cast Lawn Strider on myself to give myself an extra 10 feet, so I'm at 45 feet of movement.
Whoa! Okay. Are you gonna dash?
I have yet to figure out what class Alos is.
Oh.
No one knows subclass or for anything either. So
Yeah.
No, I'm guessing, but I don't know.
I
if
can
I'm
hazard
right.
a guess. I'm not
So,
gonna say anything now.
I do need to change the music because this really ain't chill right now.
it's all fine. Everything's fine.
I'm gonna turn on
So
some
no,
lights.
that's not fast
It's
enough.
cloudy in
I need a
Rosetta.
running music.
I thought you meant my 45 feet wasn't fast enough.
No. Oh, that's not. Hold on. I mean the music.
Yeah.
I'm missing a. No. Why is all of my? Fuck. That's not the right one. Sorry. Hold on.
Quick, play Green Hill Zone.
No. Why is everything slow? Jesus.
Play Barracuda by heart.
I can't say Buckaroo.
God, I wish we wouldn't get DMCA'd for that. If we could actually play that, that'd be
I
fucking
actually
amazing.
have here. This is actually I've put on is the Dryad theme now. So she is darting down the street. You are chasing after her. Are you dashing?
Absolutely. So 90 feet full turn.
Woohoo!
Long strider.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so sexy.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
90 feet movement.
Fuck, what
She-
goes fast as fuck, boy.
As you start catching up with her, you have the first initiative. So I am going to say no. She has got the jump on you, so you're going to close on her, but she is going to get a turn before you close.
That's
And
fine.
On her turn, she is going to... Oh, she can do this. Haha! Bonus action Misty Step moves like in a straight line and then takes her regular movement with her dash, moving a total of...
90.
Nope, because she doesn't have 30 feet of movement. She
Oh, there you go.
has...
She'll. So you'll be catching on her, but she's getting a little ahead of you.
No.
Yeah.
We're fine.
I mean, ultimately, I'm sat thinking about the fact that
Smile,
Alice,
okay.
Alice will just be running along behind me and like, you'll run out of spell slots eventually.
I
Oh, no, no.
up all day.
I've got
And then
own
my
tricks,
weird,
so
sticky, bony fingers are going inside Uranus.
my 90 feet was catching, right?
Yeah, your 90 feet was
Okay,
closing.
cool. I'm going to
So-
keep running,
Mhm.
and I'd like to use my bonus action to Misty Step right in front of her.
Oh!
And like basically,
I could do that too.
yeah, I'll Misty Step like the dankness of the city kind of wrapping up around me as I just shoot like a shadow through the ground, appear and clothesline her.
Oh! Again, that is going to be... I think that's actually going to be a trip attack, basically, to clothesline her.
Yeah.
So give me an attack now, and then...
Or teleporting in front of her though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does this count as a surprise? But she wasn't expecting me to appear from in front.
Yeah, this is a yes, this is a surprise attack. So yeah, you can have surprise.
An argument
Like,
could
yes.
Yes.
So that means that means that they don't
be
get
advantage,
saves.
right?
Yeah, so that brings me from a total of 4 to a total of 19.
Thank God for advantage.
That is
So-
not bad. Let's see. Oh,
Yeah.
just enough. So how do you pin her? What are you doing with
So
the clothesline?
clothesline, like fully get her on the ground, and then out of like the effectively inner breast pocket of my jacket, just pull this long, like jade, almost colored metal sword, hoof on her stomach, just pointing it down at her neck.
So you go to put a hoof on her stomach. Oh, she has an ability. Right, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw now.
We just want to know what she's
excited. This is
Natural 20 for a
Zach,
total of
is this a
30.
reaction?
30. Oh my
Natural
god.
20.
Natural 20. So, oh no, this
They're
is
the
so
fucking
epic.
ground.
She saves against your ability to clothesline her, and the way I'm playing this is you do hit her, but she is able to move back, and as she does, she goes for her own trip attack with the staff to knock you over. You jump out of the way in this just this like really fast flurry of actions. You jump out of the way and are able to expertly go through. And I'm going to say on a natural 20, I tell you exactly what you do. As she brings her staff around, you are able to fully boot it, and she loses grip, and her staff is now beside her.
Amazing. I'll then just point the sword
Wait.
out and.
Because it is her turn now, because that was her reaction.
Oh.
Hang on, Zach, wasn't that a surprise? Wasn't she surprised?
I got surprised in the attack, but it was still part of my turn.
It wasn't like a surprise round.
Okay.
They had advantage because of the surprise.
Yeah,
I did.
like a surprise attack, like a rogue would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so she takes her round. You see that she reaches down, bellows the cloak away, and you can see this thick, heavily ordained all across her body. There are carvings in her bark skin. As she pops out this bark skin armor, she pulls out these 2 arrows that are made entirely out of this like thick, hardened and sharpened alloy that you don't immediately recognize, and realize that this is basically limestone encrusted in a mineral that is very sharp.
Yep.
As she goes,
Okay.
And also, importantly, these are arcane. You immediately recognize these as arcanely infused weapons.
Yep.
As she pulls both of them up, and she is going to use half her movement to stand up, and she is coming in for 2 attacks. Does a 18 hit?
No, not even close.
What?
22 AC.
What the fuck?
What are you?
What are you?
I was already high, and you gave me a ring of protection last session.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Well, that's true.
That was so stupid of me.
I'm at a 22 AC as a result of it, and one of my other magic items.
So, I am going to... I
With
forgot...
the proper fighting styles, it's doable.
I've remembered that I have a magic item that you have,
Is that how you
and
got
I feel
there?
so
Fighting style?
stupid. I should
Oh,
have given
you
ring
know
of
when you
protection,
gave
but oh well.
Bola divine weapon in session 2?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
also a stupid thing for me to do.
we do.
She comes in second
Some
attack.
special shit.
So she misses both attacks. And in this like absolute flurry of blows, you've clotheslined her. She brings in the quarterstaff. You dodge, knock it out of her hands. She bounds herself up, comes in for 2 slashes, and you expertly dodge both of them. Is now your turn to act. What would you like to
Cool.
do?
Crouching, like under the second strike, I would crouch down and just place a hand on the ground. With an action, I'd like to ignite my flame tongue short sword
Yeah.
as
Okay.
green flames just start raging up from it. But at that same time, from the hand on the floor, the inky starring going up it will spread like a couple centimeters further up my arm for a moment before shooting down into the ground, as I would like to... What's it called? I would like to defile the ground around me. Everything in a 10-foot radius starts becoming dark, covered in shadows, molting, the brick kind of melting just a little bit as it does it.
You some weird multi-class. You must be.
Yeah.
Really driving you nuts, isn't it?
Entirely with the intention of Dryad being nature spirit, actively fucking with her. Between fire on the weapon and necrotizing the ground around her. And that is my turn.
Okay.
You willing to talk now?
A weird,
I'll
a weird
just end that with
question.
saying, I don't want to hurt you.
Do
Just like to
dryads,
understand what's going on.
are dryads
on.
plants?
Partly, yeah, they're trees.
They're humanoid, though.
They're
No,
humanoid
I'm wondering.
claws.
I'm wondering
Plant-based.
with regards to the effects of, say, blight.
Blight.
Oh, yes.
Alos did say something though. We kind of talked to him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I would say also the corrupted area is difficult terrain for her.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I just want to know why you're following me.
Okay.
Say your name.
Okay.
I'm the one who knocks.
Sorry, hold on. Fucking go away.
Okay.
I need to roll the thing, so...
No, Dane, come back.
Oh, wait, so have you just decided, you don't want to do the damage, then?
The fire round doesn't immediately do damage. It only does damage if I then
Oh.
strike her.
Well, when you strike again? I think I've got
Yeah,
the
so
wrong... spell up?
So it's part of the Circle of the Blighted Druid from the Critical Role stuff.
Ah, right. She looks at you, and you can see that she looks behind you for a brief second on that one, and she says, "You'd have to kill me first, Petal." And as she looks up, she nods. And at this point, I need to actually check initiative. Yeah, you're going to get a chance to react.
Oh no.
When you see that she looks up and nods, I've just realised. So you do have a chance to do something now as she sort of stares at you, weapons drawn, looking up behind you.
Cool. Looking behind me, I will, staying within the blighted ground, bonus action, Misty Step again so that she's between me and whatever's behind me. And with Dryads, would I know enough to know that they are not humanoids?
Yes, you would. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do other than that?
Not right now. I'd like to hold my action to cast a spell magically if I see something coming towards me.
Okay. As you do so, you can see on the rooftops that 2 more dryads with bows are aimed down.
Okay.
As they have seemingly popped out of nowhere. And I'm going to actually say your passive perception is enough. You can see another one is casting a spell, but not at you. Nice. You spot as you see this dryad throws a small thing through the air that lands onto the ground about 30 feet in front of the dryad, the one on the ground.
Okay.
And you watch as a glow hits her eyes, and you can see that this sort of like very green divine light emanates from her. And you watch as, in the space of 6 seconds, a very tiny sapling pops out of the ground. And that is the end of their turn, which moves over to the Dryad's turn. Oh shit, it's difficult terrain. She charges forward, and she is just running for the sapling now.
And yeah, the shadows are basically reaching up and just pulling her back, slowing her down.
Yeah, so she's like trudging through, trying to run towards it. The 2 archers have not loosed their arrows.
Yep. Okay.
And it is now your turn.
Oh, this is... I want to know what's going on.
Might not get to right away.
Yeah. Last thing I'm going to try is summon Beast as a raven appears like right in front of the sapling. The same, the feathers end in the same like rocky bone structure as my fingers and everything, looking deformed, just appearing there as some line of defense. I will, unimpeded, just walk up beside the Dryad. Who are you?
No, that does trigger. So, that does trigger the held actions of the 2 Dryads with the arrows, as they will now fire upon you. I will say that the Dryad that you've spoken to will get a quick chance to reply. As she
Before
says,
he gets stabbed with arrows.
She says,
Who are you? Ah!
Oh, what does she say?
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jim.
Yes. That's right, choke. Well, I shouldn't be saying that's all right.
Oh fuck! No, that would be that actually. No, I can't say that. Fuck it. It's corny. Fuck it. She looks up at you, and through a face. Do you know what? I'll let you insight this later. She grits her teeth and says to you, one word in Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan?
Yes, I do.
Vengeance.
What? Okay. And then I get shot.
Yeah. First one's a miss. Oh, second one's a hit.
Oh no.
I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Oh shit! You're. I can't say that out loud without giving away your background. Background reasons. Disadvantage.
Background thing.
Background thing. Disadvantage.
And not quite, but it's a magical effect.
It is a magical effect, yes.
As a satyr, I get advantage, so do they just cancel out then?
Yes, I will say that count. No, hold on. Let me just check. I have to read my own law documents. Fuck you. Stop making me read my own law. No. Do you know what? I'm in a generous mood. I will count this as magic. Go on.
Okay, so it's just a single roll. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Sims. I don't know why I'm getting disadvantage on this. Okay. What Constitution save?
Yeah.
15.
That is a failure.
Yep.
Oh.
You are hit with it, and you take 7 bludgeoning damage, all of which is magical.
Bludgeoning?
No, piercing. Shut up, Zach.
Okay.
Piercing
That's fine.
damage.
Yeah.
As this arrow just gleans itself in right in your guts as you just feel it like. Oh god, it fucking hurts. It's painful.
Yep.
Lovely. Your turn.
Do I know yet what
Oh,
the
no, it's not your
failure?
turn.
Do I know yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
So it's your turn's over because that was everything you wanted to do, wasn't it?
I just spoke because I'm not trying to cause an attack. I just want to know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, so it's their turn. Because they did hold the action, they are going to take it to fire at you again.
Let's go.
That is a hit.
Just let them get away.
And a miss.
I am down.
So that's one hit again.
Okay. Another save.
Another save.
That is an 8.
Also a failure. As you're hit the second time, you take... Oh, lovely. So you take 12 piercing damage.
That's fine.
From this arrow that goes in, like, right below your kneecap. As it just digs into your leg. This time, your vision blurs for a second. Like, everything kind of goes a bit fuzzy for a brief second before normalizing immediately after the hit. But that's all that you sort of visibly experience. And I need... God. Zach's brain is not braining today.
A saving throw of some sort.
I was not ready for this. I keep doing this. I didn't anticipate the fight. Shit. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Always expect the worst.
Yeah.
22.
That is a... You feel... you see that the other dryad, again, lights up with this divine magics. You can feel this energy coursing through your body and your bones, but you resist the effect successfully. And it is now the dryad's turn, who takes her remaining movement to get to the sapling. She's at the sapling. Does the raven do anything when she reaches the sapling?
No, and I won't take an opportunity attack either. I will
Lovely.
let it go.
She walks into the sapling and vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
And as she does, you can see the other dryads bring their bows down and go to run.
I will let them run. Does the sapling remain?
It does, yes.
Mm. 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 I don't know what I'm walking into. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on the sapling.
It withers
Cool.
and just sort
There's-
of flops to the ground.
Yeah, given that, I have no clue what's on the other side of that sapling. I don't want anyone else to accidentally wander through that either.
At least you got rid of the door.
It's like a pixie circle or something. You just step into it, a kid just disappears or something.
Exactly. I don't want to risk that remain each one. Also, it means they don't have a doorway back. You mentioned that I could at a later point incite that vengeance thing.
Yes,
Could I roll that now?
you can, once you give me a really quick second.
Music.
That's the sound of the door withering.
Yeah. It just makes Windows shutdown sounds. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And as it goes, you see where you've cast Dispel Magic, you can see tiny little little fireflies just buzzing around. And there's this weird magical energy in the air around it as it starts to decrease from the arcane effects. Give me that insight, please, baby.
I do think your insight's higher than mine.
Not too great, so 21. Rolled an 8 on the dice.
I want to say words that I'm not allowed to on Twitch. So, you can see a barely contained visceral rage was on her face as she was basically foaming at the mouth. You like only the professionalism of a soldier holding some of it back, and even then it was like just under the surface. Just.
Why the fuck did she leave me?
Who, the dryad or your mum?
The dryad.
I'll do this on Alice's behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It at this point in time, I will stand there for like a solid minute just trying to work out, okay, why run away then?
And someone runs over to you, and you recognize it as a guardsman. This is a community guardsman. Now, you know the community guardsmen. You've trained a couple of these people. They're flatfoots.
But quickly, the defiled ground will have disappeared by the time he gets over.
Okay.
So everything will turn to normal.
I
Look
will
fine.
give you a quick background just so that I can catch Alos up on what a community guardsman is. Buller especially is very familiar with this. These are not full guardsmen, right? For the British people in our audience and players, these are community support officers. They are PCSOs.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no power here.
Also known as militia.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, these are deputized civilians who part-time help out with the guard and patrol the area. Usually well-meaning people. They have some training and weapons, but they're flatfoots. They're amateur part-timers. They're weekend warriors. They're not really a threat.
Don't call them weekend warriors. That's reserved for army reserves, and they're actually okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's for the territorial. The reserves are great. The territorial army. Oh, God, fucking terror. Oh, anyway, right. No, not going on a run.
Community soldier, guardman.
Who runs over. This is quite a doddery old, Goliath, you see? Like, he's not Goliath-sized. He's shrunk. He's still pretty big. But, like, on Goliath terms, he's tiny. You can see that he has quite a majestic wispy beard as well that looks very well looked after. As he comes over holding a physician's kit, an apothecary's kit. And you can see that he has kept his weapon sheathed as he sort of touches you on the back and holds you and says, I'm sorry, ma'am, are you okay?
I will, before turning around, put the blade back on the inside of my jacket.
Yeah.
Yes, a little confused, but otherwise I'm mostly fine. And like, while saying that, snapping an arrow in her, arrow off.
I'm okay.
He says, "I can provide you treatment. There's there's a physician's office just down the road. We can get you some proper treatment. Are you? The sisters are always welcome here."
I'll be fine, and I'll like make a point of my hand will glow with like a fairly light green compared to the 6 green it's been before, and we'll just cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yeah.
And do myself.
And he then says, I'm sorry, darling. Obviously, on your way. I should not have underestimated such a strong woman such as yourself. Continue.
Thank you for the offer of assistance, though.
He gives you a little smile. He has kind of just like this sort of weird smirk on his face as he just sort of gestures onwards, and says, I'm gonna have to file in a report for that. Can I just take a name so I can check in with the sisters, just so we can make sure in case any of the senior guardsmen want to log the incident?
I'm not a sister of the Morgan.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I saw the weapon and assumed. But
it was trained by them, but no longer. Through like very, very much straining to say that with a straight face.
I'm impressed.
I'm gonna make him roll an insight. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter what you roll. So he kind of just doesn't seem to really react to that. He just kind of nods and goes, "Oh, okay. In that case, where are you staying at the moment? Can I just take where you are at the moment and your name again? Sorry."
Of course, and well, I know the fact that this is all well-meaning from what I know about the community guards, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're all very well-meaning, but he is going to be handing your name and details up to the authorities with an incident report. So this does go higher than him, but he's not a threat.
What's the name of a random tavern in town that isn't the one where we're staying?
Cross Candles.
No.
Yeah. I'm currently staying at the Cross Candles Inn, and my name is Frederica.
Deception, please.
Cool. Plus 11.
Where are you staying? The Golden Shower.
Oh.
25.
Okay, let's see. Yep, nope. He nods, writes that down. Says, okay, Frederica. Just make sure that you're there this evening. One of our guardsmen will come and check in with you, just to follow up on this, so that we can make sure that you're safe.
Of course.
And yes, on your way. No, actually, no, never mind. So, he just smiles, gives your hand a little shake, sort of holds it. But in that, he holds your hand, turns it over, and puts his other hand over the top as he gives you like a little smile and a little shake there, as he then lets go and moves away.
I'll like quickly just check that it hasn't done anything suspicious.
Cool. Insight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to make it perception because you're just...
He poked me with a syringe.
I have a plus 13 to insight or perception.
Oh, fuck's sake!
So, 19.
19. Nah, it looks alright.
And then I'll like make my way back towards the inn, but I'll take a really over-exaggerated route and circle a couple of times just to, in case anyone more decides to follow me, they'll have a tough time of it.
Lovely. I just want to get an idea of where everybody is right now. I know where Merrick is, but for Wayne, Salvar, and Bulla.
Wayne and Bulla are heading towards Barbara to ask him about giving us a spare paladin armor set to conceal Salvar.
Some spare armor, essentially.
Some spare armor, please. So we're heading toward where Barbara told Bulla where his flat was.
Hello, Paladaddy.
But
don't know how I
Bola
feel about
awkwardly asked Wayne to come with her because Wayne was awkwardly alone and like, yeah.
I must remain useful at all times, otherwise I will wither away and die.
Yeah, see?
So, you're wandering through the streets and you make it to pretty actually quick. What's your passives for perception?
Perception.
Oh,
11.
Bola. 15. All right, Bola.
Bulla!
Better than I thought.
Actually, let me just do a quick roll.
It's better than I thought for Bola, honestly. That was lower than that.
Bulla,
Yeah.
at one point, you're pretty sure that there's this person in a cloak who's kind of followed you for a few streets.
Mhm.
You wouldn't really generally have noticed, but they are making a horrific job at being quiet. In essence, they kind of end up walking in the middle of the street, and they look so conspicuous to everyone else around them that your brain kind of goes, "Are they? I swear I've seen them follow me for a while now." However, as you're turning a bit closer, after the few streets you fought, you lose sight of them.
She'll kind of clock that as weird. We'll go like maybe 2 more blocks and kind of like take a weird turn in. I'm sure Wayne kind of does the and I literally like grab him by the elbow
Okay.
and bring him with me.
Okay.
Do I see them again?
No, you don't. Perception. I'll make you roll this time.
That's a nat 20.
Ah.
Oh, Bola.
Oh,
Surprising. So that's a 22. No, 25, but it's a nat 20.
lovely.
Go, Bola. Go, Bola.
Lewis, do you mind handling that notification and giving her a message and asking what's going on? And get her to put that on Facebook. Okay, so...
She was messaging on Facebook saying she is able to join.
Oh, sorry, I entirely missed that. That didn't come through on my notifications.
I closed Facebook, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I did.
She
too.
said that
She was saying that like
So did
things
I.
changed and she is able to now.
Okay. Can you tell her to wait a few minutes just for me to wrap this little bit up?
Sure. I'll message the Facebook.
Yes, please. So, Bulla,
Mhm.
I am going to change the music again
Oh, God.
because no one's following you.
Okay.
You look around and you do not see anybody. Oh, she has a stream up too. Yeah. Oh, she can hear us. Sorry, I've just seen that. Yeah. I completely forgot that. It was silly of me. Should have just said it. You approach the door, Bulla. Give it a little rap. You hear some shuffling behind the door, a pause, a clank of metal, and then the door opens. And you can see that Bilebra has, like, put his weapon against the wall now as he opens up and says, Bulla, a bit of a forewarning would have been nice, you know?
Oh,
He
well,
looks out, looks to the east side, and just sort of waves you in.
okay. I come in.
And as he closes the door, lets you... does Wayne go in as well?
Wayne doesn't go in until he's invited in because he's aware that there's kind of like a weird tumultuousness with regards to Barbara towards him.
Barbara kind of sees you. There's that moment of a look. He gives you the littlest of, whilst locking eye contact, and goes... And just leaves the door open without making any further eye contact.
Bulla will kind of like walk and didn't hear the door close. Will kind of look back at Wayne and just go, "Come on."
Bulla, you do catch the interaction. You have a high enough passive to catch the little interaction that happens between them. And you see the little nodding from Barbara, and yeah, you may enter.
He goes in and then doesn't touch the door, but prestidigitates it closed. Didn't manage it then.
Yeah, and as you do, he says, "I'm really glad that you could come over. I have been meaning to talk to you about the garrison."
Oh.
Yeah, well, trying to get you in on a bit of a freelance basis. It's really helpful. So about the garrison project we've got.
Right.
I'm at that point taking out one of those nodes that I've got, and I'm going to start walking around the room.
It lights up as soon as you take it out. And when he sees the node, he looks at you, turns his back slightly, and does a quick...
I put it away.
And he says, "Yeah, I've been meaning to, but first I actually got your present for you."
Oh yeah.
He takes out this little stone and says, "I'll show you how to use it quickly." And you see that it looks like a regular stone, and there's some markings on the top, and you recognise the markings of Ogamar as he drags his hand around some of the lines, and then as it opens, you see that it creates what looks like a little fern coming out of the top of it, as you get these concentric circles that create the shape of a fern, and then move and wrap round what looks like a dome. And he goes, okay. Right. To business. How can I help? Actually, can I help?
Bola will kind of look confused, but okay, hold on. What is this tree thing? Does she know what it is?
No, wouldn't be something that you can catch on to. You recognise it as a regular old fern that grows around. You recognise that it's something you've seen in worship before. You've seen it in religious circles. It's you know it enough as a religious symbol, but not enough to know what it means.
Okay.
He's being watched.
Oh, okay. Got it.
They're interfered by similar arcane signatures. So, whenever I need a bit of quiet, I put that on. But if I destroy them, then they might catch on to the fact that I know I'm being watched.
Right.
So,
that makes sense.
And as he sits down, he says, "Been meaning to catch up with you. Drink?
Please."
Do you, do that sort of stuff? As he gestures towards you. Alright. He takes out a bottle, and as he pours it out, and sort of slides it over, it's quite a nice smelling cordial. As he sort of puts it over, it's a non-alcoholic one. As he pours it out, and you can see that as it bubbles a little, this cordial just has this weird fresh smell to it, like freshly cut grass. It almost smells like. Just, he doesn't seem to really react too much to that. As you do your usual, just hit. Takes a sip.
He doesn't take his helmet off. He actually lifts the mask so the mouth is thing, and then drinks, and then puts it back down again. Because Barbara doesn't know.
No, he doesn't.
I'm trying to debate if he needs to know or not, but we'll see how this conversation goes.
Barbara takes a sip. Bulla, when you take a sip and whatnot, it's really nice. It has this really tangy flavor. You can tell that this is expensive shit. This is some really nice expensive stuff that has been brewed. It's not alcoholic, but it's a really nice brewed concoction.
Dandelion and burdock.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Wayne, after necking his drink, is... We saw the propaganda floating around about, first of all, the misquotation of the scripture, and second of all, trying to incriminate Salvar as being the Dragonborn.
Yeah, it would have been nice for a heads up with that one too, but I'm assuming you didn't know anything about it.
Went over him.
I found out when you did.
Yeah.
As a You speak. Well, I'm.
Well, we need to hide him in plain sight. Basically, it's not like we can really hide him out.
Yeah.
And considering he has things to do on his own anyway, we need a disguise. You have a suit of armor laying around somewhere about his size.
Your old half plate.
He smiles and says, I do. It's not finished, but it should be enough to provide him some concealment.
Wait, you're not suggesting that he gets another one of your remote control armor, are you?
Not exactly. He smiles, and you see that he walks over to one of the doors, walks over to one of the walls. He leans against it, looks around him, looks back at the part. And you watch as he clicks his feet together, and you see that this rather nice looking kind of shoe, but it is attached to the apparatus that he walks in. You see that it comes out of his prosthetic leg, and you just see as a small rod, very thin, comes out with serrated edges, and he knocks it against one of the skirting boards that knocks it loose, and as he pulls it away, he puts it into a hole that it's perfectly measured for, moves his foot in a certain way, you hear a click, and the door releases.
Dun, 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 dun.
And as he pulls it open, you see that another room opens out, and you can see that arcane sigils appear on the door, which was previously a wall. So this is a magical door. This was a wall and is now a door.
Nice.
As he pushes it open, you see a very different kind of suit to his previous one. You see that he has a large suit standing in at 13 feet, made out of this, like, perfect black material that is, like, metallic in nature. You can see that running through it, there is these crystals that go in lines through the center of it. You see that... Oh, I love chat. So you can see these crystals running through. You see as well that the hands on it, on each of the fingers, there is a sharp serrated crystal on each knuckle. That sort of has this like light energy glow to it. And you can see that he also as well has the hands themselves actually seem to have multi-tools within them. Like there are toolkits within it. It is huge.
He's trying to be Thanos.
It is missing... It's missing quite a few parts from it, but you also see a brand new weapon in there. You see what looks like a staff. Regular old monk's battle staff, quarterstaff type thing. Perfectly cylindrical. But you recognize the sigils all up around it, and as the door opens, the light, like there is an arcane light that glows, and this staff is covered in these arcane sigils all up and down, and it glows a little and pulses with energy of its own. And along the sides, you see 7 pieces of armor, all in various states of repair. Some of them look very early sort of stage. They're all attached to these like mannequin looking things, which are basically just straw and burlap sacks. And as he leads you in, he says, right, that one over there, It'll do for now. You'll need to bring it in from time to time so I can get it finished up. But if he needs to go out anywhere, it'll do nicely.
We don't do much.
Right.
You'll need it very long.
I mean, I know I said in plain sight, but shit, are you kidding?
You on about the piloted golem?
Of sorts. Of sorts. I've found myself an ally. Patron of sorts. Well, not in that sense. In much more old-fashioned sense. I've had some help from a very interested party who is very unhappy with the situation.
Who?
Not at liberty. Wayne, I get that you're security conscious. Right now, we need friends. And you cannot give people information that you do not know. Before, we were just a loose group of people that were moving against some nutty religious zealots and some leavovers of some very unsavoury friends of ours. But very much like we were in Winimere, we are now a resistance movement. We are enemies of the state now that we have... The brother has now taken the regency.
Very similar situation to you. Can't say. However, by the end of the week, we should be in a very different position.
I can't give him information I don't know, Wayne.
I know. That's why I didn't give it to you.
I don't want to know until it's operationally relevant. And I will do that with your information so that you can't be sold out. I'd appreciate the same in return. These patrons can provide stuff for yourselves as well. So if you have anything you need, I can reach out and see what our
I just ask a single thing.
What's that?
Don't get angry at Buller when it's all done.
You see this smile on his face? At this point, he's been looking into the room. He hasn't really turned to look at you at any point, Buller. He turns around. He turns mostly, and he's looking at you over his shoulder when he gives you this little smile. And you can just see a very prideful smile.
Bolo will just kind of smile back at him and say, who knows, I might outrank you when all this is done.
Oh!
His response, however, you see that his smile kind of goes out into this more general look on his face, as you can just see some pride on his face as he looks back at you and says, as I'd hoped.
Bola is gonna do something, and she's if Wayne doesn't resist, she's gonna step closer to Wayne. She goes, also, you should probably know, I know you don't particularly like Wayne, but you should know what you're protecting. And she'll grab Wayne's helmet and just pull it off.
I'm not sure Wayne could resist.
Wayne, I need you to do an insight check on yourself right now. Hey, Raid! No. Thanks for the raid, everybody. Welcome.
Raid!
Yeah,
hey, potion. How's it aid?
Hey,
Dirty 20.
Kiana.
Hey, everybody. Wayne,
it's a party.
There is a moment of panic that moves through you, and a genuine moment of this very unpleasant feeling of having your identity revealed. And the important part here is that you feel that.
Yeah, his face doesn't register it, but anyone who's particularly insightful and paying attention to him, it's more his eyes have that like panicked expression on them. That's the only thing that registers anything.
It's like being kegged in school or something like that.
Yeah.
Or pantsed for the Americans in this stream.
And the
Does
sensation
it register on
again.
an emotional level? That level of like.
Yeah, like brain does not compute. And as that happens, I'll say it's equally as brief as the previous time that this happened. But it does. And you watch as
Behold the boy.
Oh no, my boy!
just
Oh, help.
drops his glass out of his hand and freezes.
At that point, Wayne will reach up and try and grab his helmet back.
She'll let him.
Wait, Biobra stops and puts his hand on the helmet to try and sort of stop you putting it back on again. Not forcefully, but just kind of gently puts his hand in the way. He takes 2 steps towards you, gets up properly in front of you, and just puts his arms, he does proper man hug. And just has this moment of, gives you a hold, just a brief one. Let's go. And says, I hate to be blunt. How much is left?
How much is left?
Is what he asks, yeah.
More than what is in this form. It's stashed away somewhere.
Good to see you, Ewan.
The downside is who is with me.
I'm gonna do a roll here. No, actually, he's not gonna be able to. He does not have enough information. He looks at you with a bit of a look of,
It's all right. We'll take care of it. Like you said, you don't know anything. But I thought you would want to know this thing.
yeah, probably for the best.
Another person who can be emotionally manipulated.
Looks back up at the both of you and says, if you need anything for it, just say the word.
I know.
I owe you, Ewan, for a lot. And we never really had a chance to... I'm grateful. And there's a lot of things I'm grateful for. We'll talk another time. This is all over. And I'll see you. All of you. As he places a sort of a reassuring hand on your shoulder.
Bully, you're going to have to carry the armor. I don't have the strength.
Bulla was already, when you guys were having the man
She's
moment,
like, huh?
she didn't want to cry in front of Biobra or in front of you. So she like, as soon as she saw your face, but then saw the panic, but that couldn't register because she's like, wait a second, and then saw her, and felt her panic on the inside. So she's like, I'm gonna go get the armor now.
Biobra says to you, this room's safe to speak in. We can pop in, we can pop out. We need a way of meeting that's a bit less conspicuous.
Agreed.
Go to the statue. I want you to flick in a coin into the pool at the base. 1 copper to meet. 2 copper to meet, but there is coercion. Someone's onto us. 3 if you're blown. 4 if we need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Okay. 2 if there's corrosion. 3 if we're blown.
And 4 if there's
Sorry.
active danger.
Yeah.
Fuck out Dodge. God.
Have you got everything, Bola?
Bola puts last thing in her notes.
Last word of advice I can give you. Brother's going off the deep end. There's been a few internal purges. People that were loyal to me that I can't reach. I don't know where they are. And importantly, some that are scheduled for public execution, most importantly of which they are rounding up any and all Dragonborns they find. They don't seem to know which Dragonborn they're finding. I don't know what they know about Salvar. They definitely have some awareness, but at the moment they're casting a wide net. They're all getting picked up and interrogated.
Where are they keeping them?
Don't know. I can find out for you. I'm in the process of trying to find them.
If you find out, actually tell us on your return to the tavern for your drink.
Tell Tara.
And then...
Is the tavern secure?
We're in the process of moving, but it's a secure...
More or less.
Okay.
It will be for you.
If it's within the keep, we are going to need your help. We're going to actually do some good, because if we are now a rebellion, we need to actually do rebellious things. We can't just let everything die like those tieflings.
I know.
Or
Look,
Winimere.
you're not the only people either. There's a group of religious loyalists who now view him as a heretic and have decided to take action. Well, I assume so because they've entirely dropped off the map as well. They've not turned up. Except for this case, they have left letters of protest declaring that they do not recognize his authority anymore.
Do we know this religious group?
It's a group under the Church of Arwen. A bunch of Arwen's followers have just jumped ship and disappeared.
Get them to meet us at the arena.
I have no contact, even I don't know where they are. I'm trying to find them.
They have eyes on you. You're a religious leader in and of yourself, being the leader of the paladins.
I can put out a code. And, last bit.
Barbara's phone rings.
Yeah.
Sorry, hang on.
Hang on. He picks up a sending stone. Metala. Sorry, I've got a Metala call coming in. No. So, he,
Go for Iron Daddy.
he, looks at you and says, let me know what you need. Equipment, funds, items. Don't need to give me details, just the specific things. And I will try and feed you people that can help from time to time.
We have some, and we probably will have more soon. And a lot more supplies.
See you soon.
You're doing good work.
Good luck.
And Bola will head out.
Well,
Yeah.
can I help you move the armor? Just
Thought
a piece. You don't need to carry all of it. There are more people to carry burdens.
she'll take probably like a partially done gauntlet and just put it in his hands.
He doesn't take it. Instead, he grabs Bullet's wrist and dimension doors them both 1,000 feet.
No! Oh no! Not the screams!
Literally, that.
Oh, that is horrifying. Okay.
So yeah, he does that just to get them closer and therefore well away from Barbara's place. Like before they're even seen by any arcane eyes leaving.
I am gonna cut to Merrick. Merrick. Something unbeknownst to most is you actually have retained a lot of your memory of your time unconscious because you were not asleep, just unmoving, drained. It comes in blurs, fits and starts. You have a vague memory of throwing a dagger at someone and there being a fight in the tavern, and the last thing you just remember is things getting like really floaty and then you fell over. And then you have memories of various friends of the family coming in to look after you, of Tara. You have a number of Rayleigh coming to read you stories. She'd come and like snuggle in next to you and would read aloud. And would sit and cuddle with you. And
Salva? And Salva?
Oh yeah, I imagine bits of the group too.
especially you'll remember is Salvar's visits. And you'll remember, I don't know if Dean the player watched and remembers the interaction that Salvar had with unconscious Merrick in particular.
I am drawing a blank, so I wouldn't mind a refresher.
Yeah, I will allow you to loop back to that. I'll allow you to chat to Salvar or go back to the episode.
Sure.
It's not 100% relevant, but that is he made a promise to Merrick,
Okay.
and you remember the moment.
All right.
And it's been like this for a while. Things seem to happen out of order. You know, you'll kind of come to a bit, and it'll be the middle of the day, and then you'll come to again, and it was breakfast, or then lunch, or then it's the night, and then it's the day, and like it's all in the wrong orders. When you hear a voice that draws you, and you are in the astral plane as your soul exists in this strange space. And you realize that you are occupying an entirely transparent... Hold on. That's
Okay.
my fucking Discord.
Should we bump Lissa in now, actually? Or...
I need to bump Lissa in, not just yet.
Okay,
I
I just making sure that was still in our minds.
Yep, I haven't forgotten. And you realise that you are in an entirely transparent outline of your body that is completely hollow on the inside, except for a will-o-wisp floating in space at the centre that sits roughly just below where your heart should be.
Look around.
At first you realise that you are truly in the astral plane, and then you see that the environment around you is changing and shifting, and you realise you're being brought to a place, or at least your environment is being modified. Until you recognise, at first it turns into a stream. It's a stream in a forest. A light one, and it has a small cabin. A log cabin. You recognise there's a small fire, little roasting pit, barbecuing pit over there for a spit roast. There's a nice little sandy, sort of soft gravelly piece of beach that sort of, or shoreline is probably a better way of putting it, on this stream. And you see that there's a gentle smoking, the smell of food up your nostrils. You take it all in, and you recognize a certain smell. You recognize a delicacy of yours. Cooked displacer beast. Thighs. The steak of a displacer beast.
Tasty, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, it's very tasty. And you remember trying it with someone in particular.
I think
And
would have been the person who taught me how to make it, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would be. And you hear a soft, sultry Astor. You recognize this as basically the Dryad dialect of Sylvan. And it roughly translates to darling. And you remember only one person who's ever called you Astor.
Am I still in this?
You have been given a form. Although you
But
can feel the hollowness.
This isn't my body.
No. You basically this sort of transparent form has been skinned over, for want of a better term. But it is your body that's been painted over. But you can still feel a certain hollowness. There is a level of unrealness still.
There's an interesting thing as Merrick speaks, because this isn't the body with the broken voice. This is Merrick's true voice that comes out.
This is. And it's his own body as well. It's a much younger Merrick that is painted on here.
Yeah, this is like middle of his life, Merrick, and he...
Yeah.
Is there something you want?
Business. Always about the business.
Not much room left for pleasure.
You see her step out of the cabin. Do you remember when you brought me here?
I've lived a long life. But yes. And I imagine you've brought me here for some reason or another.
She gestures to you to sit down next to the fire pit. She puts a plate of food.
It's not going to do anything, but all right.
The smells and sensations are quite rich. You're still getting those. So you kind of have a tentative, taste. And the taste is lovely. It's gorgeous. Not that it's there to do anything in particular, but, tastes nice. She sits down and says, before all this, I remember being here as one of the happiest days of my life. Young. Oh, so dumb and naive. And without this bloody crown, I sat in waiting and just wanted some living. And you showed me that. You showed me... Oh yeah, I just read the chat. I love chat so much. She looks up beside you and says, I remember that you showed me what I could have done. But that's gone. And we're here now. Where we stand.
Life certainly was more easy when we didn't have our responsibilities laid at our feet.
Yeah. you see that. Give me an insight right now, actually.
First roll as Merrick in a while. That.
Advantage. Advantage because you know her so well.
This wasn't great, but the first roll was better. Not great with a 22.
She is a very good liar. Not to you. You've gotten to know her tales well enough. It's obvious once you've got it figured out, it's fucking obvious. She's not. You can see a genuine... She's almost a bit listless, mournful. She looks very glum. Not quite depressed, but somewhere between stress and depression. Very sad, very low, but also quite stressed, and there's still definitely drive there. Like, her defiance and her determination, defiance is, and her will is unbreakable. But this is the closest you've seen to it actually wavering, as she kind of, well, since she's been queen at least. And you can genuinely see this look of, for want of a better term, grief. Now she looks sort of a bit aimlessly in your direction, but not really locking into you.
I'll lean forward and like be surprised my back doesn't ache. And go, oh, that's nice. And I'll I will look at her, trying to catch her like her shaking eyes, and I just go, "What has happened, Albrecht?"
She leans forward. I learned of a horrible... Our victory in Winimere wasn't total. Asana lives.
I hold back
Yeah.
any information I might know.
And she looks at you and says, I've successfully reasserted control over the old town and has re-established a capital, the town itself. The last of the dead we are rooting out, but mostly it's small junior figures that control a couple of dozen at most of those turned warriors of the Black Guardsmen. They're on the run. And they harass convoys, but I've got them largely under control. They're nothing but a fawn these days. Been trying to repopulate. Not having a lot of success. Not a lot left.
You conquered a bunch of burnt and destroyed ruins. Was not going to be the glorious empire that you always dreamed of.
Conquered is such a hard word. I prefer liberated.
There was no people left to liberate. You moved in to a graveyard and called it your own.
The few refugees I have, I'm moving to Winimere. They can only really maintain the high street. But we're starting to get something together. My dryads are trying to get some security. Where food production's a nightmare. The ash has just choked the fields. Even the forest is dying.
Is that why you brought me here?
No. Well, I wanted to remind you of your home and what's happening to it whilst you're on your little holiday.
My home is my family. It's the home I've made for myself. Spent a long time wandering. A patch of burnt earth. I'm tired of fighting for land I don't give a shit about.
After what you said last time, I suspected that's what you'd have to say. And I'm disappointed, but not surprised. We are different people now. Changed a lot.
I fight for people, not for land. Should those people need assistance, then I very well might. But
the reason that I brought you here, beyond hope, is to let you know I intercepted a group of these stragglers, these remnants, and I liberated them as well. I liberated their beings from their tortured existence, but not before they gave me some helpful advice. Not only does Astana live, but she has an avatar. Someone working on her behalf, some sort of person housing her. Someone she's feeding off of, like the parasite she is. I don't know who, and I don't know where.
can I, as a player, ask? I personally think that Merrick was insightful enough to start putting some pieces together between Ewan and Wayne on his own. He probably didn't have a definitive picture, but he probably came up with some ideas. How much does he know? Is it like, has Tara in his state said everything, or have others come in and told him anything, or is he still kind of in the dark?
Basically, you are only with the knowledge that you had before you were put down.
Okay, so
You know that something has happened around Wayne that has upset her. She didn't go into detail.
all right.
But I will say this. Merrick would have seen enough in his time to know that the vibes were off. I'm not going to say that he can put it together entirely, but I will say there's a nagging feeling there that something's going on there.
Of course.
Then immediately your brain, like, Merrick's brain does immediately kind of go, like, that's not good.
So, you intend to hunt down this avatar?
Yes.
Kill the poor soul that has a maggot sucking its blood?
And save everybody that she's going to kill and avenge all those she has, without question.
That woman used my daughter as leverage. Every damn hit I gave to her was transferred to my daughter. There are a few other people in this world who can understand wanting to strangle the life out of that woman. Vengeance doesn't get us anywhere.
And that is why I was always the one that had to achieve the real results when we worked together. I appreciate your idealism. It's endearing. And so I will not ask you to violate it. I want you to give me a name. The remnant that was in touch claims to have spoken with her, or at least with one of her proxies. They were heading to you, to Azarok. Give me a name.
Slightly indisposed as of right now. Bedridden. Nearly dying, actually.
That does explain a lot. I wondered why it was so easy.
Couldn't resist, really. Well, a whole lot of strength. Listen.
Hold on. She blinks out for a second. More food. Just like, okay. About 30... Yeah.
Tastes pretty good.
30 seconds goes. Blinks back in. And so you're in danger. I can't do anything. I may have people who can get to you. There's not much they can... Listen.
I don't need...
Where's Tara? No, you're in danger right now. Where is Tara? Look, I wouldn't ask. I can send word to your friends.
They should still be in the city. What do you mean? I know I'm in danger in the sense I'm bedridden.
The people, they're moving you. There's someone coming for them. We have seconds. Go. I don't know what they're going to do to you, but I will send your friends. She grabs your arms and throws you, and you blink back into your body.
Yeah.
And there's this moment of like, suddenly you feel a lot more with it, and you realise that you have some kind of magics that's heightening your awareness. You try to move, and you're getting some sensation in your body, but still kind of locked down. But you can hear again. And you can hear some whispering, and you immediately recognise Bram. Bram and Will. Bram and Will are two friends of your wife, two members of the People's Union. And you can feel that you're being jostled around as they say, okay, I think we're in the clear. Right, let's move over to the next street. And then you feel more jostling, more moving. You can hear the sound of people moving around.
Can I open my eyes?
Yes.
Peek one.
You open an eye to look, and you realise that you're on a canvas stretcher being moved, and you can see that both of them have their sort of like you can see their armour underneath their clothing. They're trying to be discreet, and you can see sheathed weapons. They say, where was it we're supposed to go again? I'll get Tara's map out. Hold on, put him down, it's fine. You see they take out the map, and they hold it. Okay, we've only got a few more streets. And then you watch as a crossbow bolt goes straight into Bram's eye, and he just drops back dead. And you see Will turn around and say,
Am I capable of moving?
not at all.
Fucking damn it.
You watch as he turns round, and you can just see this look of confusion as he just goes...
Can I get a word out?
Because
it would be a broken word, and I doubt anything would happen.
He just stops and says, Bram? A hand clamps on his mouth, his throat is slit, and you just watch as it cuts all the way through, and his body drops, and his head is held by the face, as this person just holds it, plops it into a bag next to them, and you see a person leans over you, and you immediately do not recognize the person, but you do recognize what they're wearing. You recognize their holy garbs as they take the stretcher, and one comes down and says,
My eyes are on him. He sees that I'm awake. If a stare could strangle a man, this stare would be damn close.
And you just see that this woman looks at you, pulls it down. She says, hard to see what all the fuss is about. Aren't you adorable? Did you enjoy that? Well, I'm sorry, for what it's worth. Necessities of the business. Come.
I try to surge forward and nothing happens.
She puts a hand on your face and gently just strokes down the side of it against some of your stubble. As she says,
I'll describe Merrick in detail, but he's got a full-grown beard right now.
Oh yeah, so she strokes down on the top of your face and then gently strokes through your beard and feels through the beard and then says, But you're a professional, so I should hope you'll understand. Come, my child. We've got work to do. She stands up, covers her face back up, pulls up a piece of cloth over her face as they pick you up, and she puts, you realise she's putting a sheet across the rest of you and pulls the sheet fully over, and you are blinded as the sheet covers you.
My eyes are lingering on the bodies as the sheet goes over, as best I can see them, but...
Lovely. Ah! We are going on a break, everybody. Lovely. Everybody at home, we are going to go on a quick break. As a quick reminder, you can find all of our links over on our link tree. And we are sponsored by Geeky Clean. Geeky Clean, amazing company, do a bunch of hygiene products. Go check them out. I'm not going to do the full read for you now. You know the drill. I'll put the link there. Go check them out. They're fun people. We make some money. You get some money off. Everybody benefits. See you soon.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, we're clear. are live. Hello,
Hello there.
everybody. Hello there. You may have noticed the
General Kenobi!
Oh my god.
You can go out for the blanket now. It's amazing. And introducing Mary. Oh, I love it.
No.
No, it's too comfy. In fairness, it is a safer dome of protection at the moment because it's all trauma out here. Oh, gotta have something snuggly for it. I haven't got anything snuggly for the trauma. I've just got yogurt.
I've got whiskey.
That's like
It's actually
chocolate
way too
mousse to
hot
me.
over
And vodka.
It's a chocolate yogurt, and I've done what is probably the worst thing I can do for my diabetes. I took I've had this mix pot where you pour in more chocolate. So I've got chocolate, poured in more regular chocolate. I then also got one of my dark chocolate bars, and I have shaved off some of the edge of it to put it into the yogurt mix. So
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
concentrated diabetes. So, are we sitting comfortably? Then we can begin.
I need to get comfy. Glasses are for pussies.
So,
I'll just hang out over here.
I am going to come back.
Good for you.
Okay.
You know how it's out.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
now?
I
I saw
heard
it during
it.
break. I mean, I could send
I
you.
heard it after I said it.
You
yeah.
dirty bastard.
Go on.
Put a pause after come. What did you think?
It's better
I'm
to come in the
just
sink
I'm
than
just
to
gonna
sink
clip
in the
that one
cum.
sentence and just
No!
like take it out.
No, you're banned.
I ain't signing shit.
I'm going to.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay.
So,
Are they all reconvening at the tavern? What's up?
I am actually going to come to Saralize.
Hi.
Saralize. You.
Hello.
Everyone was sort of reconvening back at the tavern. Saralize and Salvar had gone off to the library, hadn't they?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, they had.
I'm going to be dead naughty now. We're going to get back to the library. And I will do the library for you, don't worry. But I am going to skip it a little bit here.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're going to look back.
Don't rush.
Yep.
I'm not in any danger or anything.
Hello.
The cat's come. It's come to protect us. The fierce kitty.
Wait, we have a guard. You know what?
Ah.
I bet the library would have a lot of cats because mice. Keep them.
Keep him out.
Yep. Hi. Yes.
Saralize and Salvar, you
That is an ass
are...
in my face.
Give me... Not now, Salvar. So give me a quick perception check.
Alright, one sec.
I'm actually going to use my salvo dice for this.
We're going to figure out how to juggle a cat and a dice tray in my.
How
There we
about
go.
you move the cat?
No, you can't move the cat's roll. That is a dirty 20.
She
Ooh.
moved herself. So you said perception check.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Guidance. Actually, no, I've got no reason to give her guidance, so it's just
Okay. I don't notice shit. That's 8.
Saralize, you're a bit jumpy, but like, you know, to the point where you're trying to be observant and therefore miss everything?
she's
Yeah.
too busy looking at Sarbar's new get-up sort of thing, you know.
No, she is very busy thinking, oh god, we could be being followed. Because you're on the way walking back from the library, and you're desperately sort of like, you're kind of like getting like really paranoid, but you have become so paranoid it's now an active detriment, and you're like, is there anything? But you're not really like taking in any information.
You know, that tracks given how everything's going right now.
Yeah.
So
Think of a meerkat on PCP.
Jesus.
What a strange image.
and yet it's
And yet we could
still
all envision it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We all know exactly what Zach means.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes,
You-
Dean.
Damn it, Dean. That was
Yeah.
perfect.
I had to envision it,
Yeah.
and I'm so sorry.
Oh, I do miss you, Dean. It's great when we have you here. Oh, so, as you're walking back, yeah, Saralize, you don't see shit. Salvar,
Yeah.
You have a tail, and not the one attached to you. You are being followed by somebody wearing a cloak. All you can really tell about them is that they've got quite long hair, and that they've got this longish kind of strange sort of brunette hair, sort of very light brown hair. And you also notice about them is that they're not wearing like shoes. They have like these strange discolored feet that look a bit green and muddy. But that's all that Salvar notices, and Salvar will notice that they are trying to sort of blend in, and they largely are. But they followed you for the last 3 streets.
I'm going to Sava in his new bearded form, obviously, because I think people know that they're Sava and Sarah as an item. It's just going to be like, in my disguise, I'm just going to like, my lady, putting on a different voice, my lady, it appears we're being followed.
Okay.
Oh.
Saralise, you can now see that the person's there. You can do another check if you want to try and glean a bit more info.
Yeah, I'll do another check. So another perception.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's starting off strong with an 8 tonight.
Yep.
Oh, that is a 13.
Okay.
Starting off strong.
Yep, you're definitely being followed.
Looks
It's
behind.
one of
Where?
those
That
nights,
person?
apparently. Let me see. I think Sarlaise grabs Salvar's hand, and where the hell? I know it's on my sheet. Where the fuck did it go? She is going to cast Misty Step and Misty Step them around, a corner's like out of view.
You
Can only-
cast...
Can only Misty Step yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you cast...
You're thinking Dimension Door.
Wait, okay. Let me see if I've got Dimension Door. I do!
I was gonna say,
I'm a cast... Yes, I'm a cast Dimension Door.
Nice.
As we go through the door, I'm just going to flip the person off. Just
Oh shit! And that's like that's way better because Misty Step's like 30 feet, whereas Dimension Door you could probably get like to the tavern.
probably
Yeah,
it's 500 feet. So
500 feet,
or at
yeah.
least way farther.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
could fully
okay.
you could fully Dimension Door into the tavern if you wanted from this
Yeah,
distance.
so that's what she's gonna do. When she Dimension Doors, it is very much unlike Wayne's.
Mm.
It's a forest. You hear birds. It's the Feywild. It's a portal through the Feywild.
Ooh, I love it. So, you port back. No, I don't think you're going to really notice anything as you go. You're not going to have enough time to sort of figure out. And you arrive back at the tavern. Where in the tavern do you go? Actually, no, you didn't specify. Roll a d10 for me. I'm going to be mean.
Into Merrick's room. Where is he? Or between a wall.
Oh no.
like
that
night
2?
crawling.
A 2. Great. Okay.
What that means.
You port in. You're sure you were aiming for your room? It's not your room.
Whose room is it?
One of the random guest rooms. You pop
Is
in.
there someone in there?
You see a very old, surprisingly fat elf on the bed who is like, you can see that he's using prestidigitation to sort of like clear out his quite nice clothes. Who you port in, you're there, he's wearing nothing but his trousers, and just looks at you with this look of like,
Aye.
just a hand half in the air, still holding his shirt that he was cleaning, going,
she is going to apologize profusely. throw a coin at a gold coin at him.
Oh,
for his trouble.
A full gold coin. Okay.
Take an eye out.
Oh, Zach, can I ask one thing? So we were at the library, right?
Yes.
Can I, when we were there, could I possibly have pinched some books?
Say again.
As we were at the library, could I possibly have pinched some books?
Yeah, we are going to
Any random books?
We're going to do the library scene. Yeah, you have pitched some random books. We will do the library scene, but not right now.
No, that's fine.
Yep. So, yeah, you've got some books on you. But anyway, no. So yeah, you throw this gold coin at him. It hits him squarely on the forehead, and you can just watch that his dumbfounded look. Like he goes from shock to just absolutely dumbfounded. And as you start walking away, you see he is fully disassociated as he's just having this moment.
Jesus Christ.
As you see this
You
guy.
broke this man.
Yeah. You move away and he's still looking exactly where you were, completely zoned out.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, basically, you just see the look of shock on his face. It just stayed there.
How is it I managed to turn all of my D&D characters into these random fucking cryptids?
Always. So, Saralise the Cryptid leaves as you're leaving the room, you can see that he's very carefully picked up the gold coin from the bed, put it in the shirt pocket, while still being fully disassociated. It's yeah, and just doesn't do anything else. I also love the fact you gave him a full gold coin. That's just throwing $200 at someone's face. Just being forget this happened.
I'm so sorry. Again, she is apologizing profusely as she does this.
As you stumble out into the corridor, you can see that there's 3 people all gathered in the hallway. Just down, you recognize them specifically because they have taken off their cloaks, so their armor is visible. And you can see a couple of the old people from the People's Union, you remember. Bunch of Union lads.
Can I do an insight check just in case? Because I am very paranoid at this point, I would think.
You were just being followed, that's fair.
Yeah, give me the insight.
I think given all that has occurred with the poster and everything and us being followed, she probably is very paranoid. That is an 18 plus 4, so a 22. That's much better. Good dice. You don't have to go to dice jail.
So, you can immediately see that they're all looking rather stern, and you can see that they are all bolt upright, hands on weapons, whilst leaving them holstered. And they all look very concerned as they're talking to each other. And you can see one of them is looking into Merrick's room, and the rest of them are talking to each other. And I tell you what it is. It's that tension in the air in the middle of the standoff. It's that kind of, you can just see a look of absolute tension there.
They walk up and the guys are just like, he passed in his sleep. It's okay.
No. I think that's kind of
it was peaceful.
I think, you know what? It's one of those days, and Saralise does technically still have PTSD. She's probably going to panic and run down and ask what the fuck's going on.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah. You see they look over at you and say, You've got to speak to Tara. Down there. She's with a bunch more lads down the basement.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you can see that their minds are elsewhere. You also get the impression that this is their instruction, is to send people to her. So you take them... Basically, they're telling the truth. They're telling you need to go down and find her. They do look very concerned, and I will say as well, they seem somewhere between confused and scared. Like there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and you can't quite tell the reason why, but you definitely know something bad has happened.
Is there any blood about, or
No blood.
okay? I'm gonna
All right.
go with
Yeah, no, I guess we're marching toward Terra. To
You march down the stairs, and you can see that Tara is got out a small map in front of her, and she's marked out. There's a line between two locations, and she's marked out part of it. And she says, "Oh, thank God! I'm glad you two are back. Well, I haven't heard from the others yet, but we don't know where Merrick is. He's gone. So are Will and Bram."
We go on a walk.
I sent them over to Buller's little den to try and keep him safe, and they didn't show up. I just got the message through now. They didn't show up at the other end, and I've got people going up and down the route, but they can't see any sign of them. They should have got there by now.
How long did you find out this?
I've only known this for about 10 minutes. It's a 5-minute walk. It shouldn't have taken them that long at all. I found out 10 minutes ago. They left here nearly an hour ago they left.
Out of curiosity, that elf, did he look rich looking? I have a point here.
Yeah, he was wearing some very fine clothing, yeah.
Very wealthy.
Robin.
Like,
Yeah. It was good. Well, he's in this tavern, so he's not exactly going to be a noble, but he's definitely some kind of like wealthy traveller, wealthy tradesman. Definitely lower upper class or higher up middle class.
I'll go to Saralise and Torres. I'll be back.
This is making that entire encounter even funnier. Because I just tipped this guy $200 for his trouble.
Some strange woman came into my place and gave me money. It's not usually the way I'm used to.
This one dude is probably going to be a complete waste of time, but I mean, you never know.
Okay, so what are you doing, Saralise, down here where she tells you this?
She is. Let's see what I got. Trying to see if there's anything that I can do that would maybe assist with trying to find what happened to Merrick. Of course. I'm sorry, I'm so used to playing rogues these days. I'm like, I swear I have something for this. Okay, so she's going to like get the details from Tara, like when was the last time they were heard from? Unfortunately, it could be any number of people. We haven't exactly gotten on everyone's good side these days.
I'm going to knock on this door and just wait till the answers. Oh. I'm just gonna knock on the door and just before he say, I'm just gonna enter and just say, I do apologize for returning again. Merchant. Jewelry. Do you happen to have a mirror? A mirror. I'm looking. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if he's got a mirror that's worth 1,000 gold.
I know what you're doing. Clever.
Okay. I'm gonna. Salvar's gonna describe a fancy mirror, but I'm looking for a mirror worth 1,000 gold. Go now. Emergency. It's all usher me like, go now, quick, go. Yeah. I'm following him, by the way. I'm just. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't need to buy it, but I need to use it. And I just hold out 20 gold. A luck check. Okay. What is this? What is this? A D100, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Percentile.
Generally, lower is better.
That is a straight 50.
Ooh.
Wow.
Way Zach works it, that's pretty good.
Painfully average.
You will literally be able to sell it to someone else afterwards. This is you getting 20 gold for free. Again, it's an emergency, my friend.
The things you do for me.
I'm just gonna, well, not intimidate him, but I'm just gonna put my hands on his shoulders as like, if it weren't for the fact that my friend's in danger, then I wouldn't say otherwise, but fine. Before I use it, I'm just gonna send a message to Tora, say stables. I'm taking 10 minutes to use to concentrate on something. I think Saralize will be if Saralize is following, she'll be familiar with what I'm doing. And I am going to scry on Merrick's location.
Good. Sorry.
Oh no.
And didn't Bulla and Wayne teleport at some point too? I know there's a lot of converging threads here, so.
I know he ran out. I think he's going to be right back because he ran.
Must be getting food or something.
Me,
9.
I can do it.
I got a 9.
Go Bulla. Let's go Bulla.
I'm looking for my D10s. Oh, there they are.
I'm glad I
That's
got
an 8.
paid.
And she'll smell and realize it's the pantry.
It goes off smell.
Because, like, honestly, because I'm assuming the door is closed. So it's there. It's like I go from to like pitch black, and it's like
You have that.
she, as soon as she hears a voice, she like opens the door like immediately. Lewis, I rolled a d10 and we ended up in the pantry. That's what happened. And I just opened the door. Sorry, Humdrum. My bad. Oh, but she calls him Humdrum, though. I do.
She used to call him Humbug, but he found that too offensive.
No. 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 Just no.
Humbert.
Oh, God.
She said no. I'm going to haunt his dreams.
No, you are not going to do that, Wayne. Just chill, okay? And you just... Can you not send me through the underworld? Like, can you give me a heads up? I could have dropped pieces.
It's not the underworld.
I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Oh, shit. So she says shit and just runs up with all the armor pieces. Just...
Wayne picks up the pieces she drops up the stairs.
Oh. Okay. Bola will like actually kind of look at the armor, realize that we're trying to conceal Salvar, so she'll like flip them kind of to kind of see just the inside of it, not the outside. We'll try and cover them a little bit more. We'll come in. But what's wrong now? I left for an hour. I left for an hour.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that about the same time that I'm in the bar?
You come in the door as they're going out.
Real quick,
Sorry.
before I go to the stable, she will drop off, like run to Salvar and Saralize's room, just plop all the armor on the bed and run back out.
Cool. Assuming
Can I-
that me and Bulla then get there around the same time, as we're walking, I'll just say, we have a problem.
Bulla,
have
like
several!
in mid jog, just like
In the armor.
okay.
Been called a problem by many people today.
No, not you. Oh my god. You look like shit. Are you okay?
Physically, yes. Long story. Why are they going to the stable like as we're walking?
One of our party members is missing. Just come on. And she runs up, runs to the stable.
No.
Oh wait, seriously?
Oh no.
Oh dear. That's okay. That's okay. We can. They probably picked up a lot of context from what we were saying.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
So,
Well,
long story
Rapid.
short.
Okay.
Should I just do rapid fire? What just happened?
Yes,
Rapid
please.
fire, Dean, go.
All right. Rapid fire. What just happened? Off of break, everyone started reconvening at the tavern. Sarlize and Salvar just teleported into a room where an old elven man was. They went through that room, found Tara. Tara and members of the People's Union said that Merrick is missing. Everyone started freaking out. That spurred Alos and Bulla and Wayne arriving. All of these people teleported in or made their way in. We now know that we have Dryad issues. We have Merrick missing, and everyone is reconvening as Salvar has just paid that elven merchant for use of a mirror in hopes of scrying on Merrick's location. Everyone is convening around that location. Boom, caught up. Let's go.
Excellent.
Zach, I was gonna say you had to have muted it by accident recently because, like, I just clipped the moment of the elf being completely
Okay.
dumbfounded by a coin
Okay.
being.
So it must
Not
be
Not much,
okay.
but
Cool.
still good to reconvene.
Yeah.
We're good.
I must have,
stable.
must have hit it at some point. So okay,
You're
they
doing
must have
good.
caught lots of that. So, right, as you all dart in, you can see Salvar concentrating on a spell in the mirror. You see that the mirror has begun to shimmer, and it looks like the back of the mirror has, like, the reflection in the mirror is beginning to wave as
Just
it strengthens.
Just a bit of flavour, and you just see Salvar on his knees with like this, and he's just incanted. He's just doing an incantation and draconic and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm throwing back to the early days.
Oh yeah.
I need to actually say these incantations when I'm doing spells from now on and make it the point.
Yeah. So, as you are all gathered in the room, Tara says, Salvar, what's going on?
Still can't. It's still. It depends on how many minutes have gone by. I'm still concentrating.
Only a couple of minutes, right. So, you've called them all in, but because you've done it, no one knows what you're doing. You're just...
I'd imagine, like I said, I imagine Saralize, considering she's been in the presence of me scrying like this before, she would maybe know.
Yeah, no, actually, that's fair. Saralize, yeah, you know that he's casting some sort of scrying magic. Divination
Yeah,
magic.
she gently touches Tara and goes, "I don't interrupt him. He's scrying."
Oh, thank God. I'm just hoping
How-
that those two idiots got relayed or something. Waylaid.
How the fuck did Merrick disappear in an hour?
You see, she turns around and says, "Excuse me, miss, I have a safe place to go." Sorry.
I do have
Yeah,
a safe place to go.
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me he disappeared in my safe place.
No, it's. I'm sorry. I'm just stressed, darling.
It's fine. It's fine. Just tell me what happened.
I sent him with two people on a stretcher over there. Because
Don't tell me it was Brad.
Bram and Will, yeah.
That's his name.
And
Terrible with names.
it should have been a 5-minute walk, and it's been an hour. It's been nearly an hour, and we haven't heard a word from them. And I've sent people up and down the route they were supposed to walk on the little map I gave them, and they've just. Oh.
Question. You, I mentioned before, you were in Winimere. Was he with you when you were there?
And Merrick is he's one of the heroes.
One of multiple issues. On my way here, there was a dryad that was following me with the words Winimere's Fallen written on something that she was carrying, and didn't say anything to me other than the word vengeance. I don't suppose that means anything.
Dryad vengeance.
Bola, you will see Bola like almost go into rage mode. Like her eyes start glowing gold, and she's just like
Wayne
watching.
Kind of look at.
This.
Can Wayne kind of look at Alos's hands and try and put two and two together with Winimere's Fallen as well?
Wait, what?
Look at
Alos has got skeletal hands.
No, not skeletal. More like and it's more bones protruding than skin gone.
like
They're like
emaciated.
skinny, bony,
Yeah.
skinny, bony.
Mm.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Demyelinated hand. No, not demyelinated. Oh, there's a word. Degenerated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you I will say though, it's at this point that it comes to all of your attention. Your passives are high enough to realize that there are like Alos is bleeding. There's like blood in their clothes, and there are 2 arrow heads which are just lodged into their body, one into their leg and another in their stomach.
Also,
Sarlise is going to.
Eyes are puffy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
Sarlise is going to
It's
go
just a
over
allergic.
to
It's just an
Alice
allergic reaction.
and start dealing with the wounds and like momming, like mothering. What the hell happened to you?
Oh god, I just realised a thing. Right, Saralise, medicine check, because I've realised Saralise might have enough knowledge about these arrows. She's one of the few people who might actually understand them.
Okay.
When given that she'd come over to try and like examine, can I just tap her guidance?
Yeah, you can.
Wait, what?
Guidance.
+4.
Okay, +4.
Druid.
Oh, okay. I apparently don't even need the guidance because that is a 17 + 6 plus.
Hey, more is better.
More is better.
You
You
can
know.
get 20
Keep it coming.
higher than 25. That's another margin.
Okay, so it's a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 17 + 6 is
23.
23 + 2 is
25.
25.
That's nice. Science.
That's a good. That's like one of the higher DCs.
Yeah.
Often.
These arrows, as you pull them out, are not only... These are not only very expensive and hard to make, they are unique to the Dryads of Winimere, and specifically, they are made out of pure amber. There's no metal, no nothing. It is a pure amber crystal. And amber is a infuser of arcane energy. You can store spells inside of them. And it also, importantly, has a very, very potent effect against creatures which the user designates as enemies. It weakens them and saps them of power and energy. Essentially, it has now put you reckon that it is effectively poisoned Alos to no longer benefit from long rests.
Oh, shit.
So basically...
Casey's like, sorry?
I was about to ask
You
about the
fucking
con
what?
saves, but oh shit. Okay.
I need more wine.
I don't have
the time
like
duration.
restoration.
You do not know how long it is because time can vary. Some people that get stuck. You do know that more arrows is likely to mean more time stuck with this magical effect.
Question for mechanical reasons. Does that mean that I'll get exhaustion each night?
You can take a short rest and not gain levels of exhaustion, but you must take multiple... you have to take the full amount of rest of a long rest, and you will only gain the benefits of a short rest.
What does this count as? Does that count as a disease or a curse or?
This is a magical effect. This is an enchantment.
There might be a way to like dispel it, maybe.
Would Saralise explain that?
Yeah, she's going to explain that.
Okay. Cool. Lovely. I'm
How
village.
hurt does Alos seem to be?
Not really
Okay.
at this point. I would like to try it just because panicking now, because it's been a long day as it is. I would like to just place my hands over the 2 arrow holes and cast Dispel Magic.
Okie dokie.
I was about to ask if I could do that. So if you...
Which level?
3rd level.
Okie dokie. I will state that there is no way of knowing whether that's gotten rid of the enchantment. You'll find out when you rest.
I'm aware.
So, just my own DM mechanical brain. Does Alos need to like roll? Because they're like
Basically, Alos
usually
cannot,
there's
they cannot regain hit points without expending hit die.
No, for the Dispel Magic.
Oh no!
for the dispel magic, because like often there's like a level equivalency, and if it's above, like if you cast it at 3rd level and it's a 4th level spell, you have to make a roll.
Not a leveled thing here.
That's okay. I figured this was
so-
different. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I've done that. I don't know if that will work or not.
Yeah. Lovely. And it is as this conversation's happening, you hear a commotion back in the bar, and you hear someone shouting at someone to get out.
Bola.
Is Salvar still trying to scry?
Yeah!
It's a 10-minute thing, mate. This is
Yeah.
Bola, since she was
I'd imagine
already
I'm
on
nearly
the
done.
edge of rage, is going to immediately react to that. We'll run back to the bar.
Who else goes back to the bar? Who stays with Salvar?
This
Starlaze
sounds like
is...
No.
Starlaze is probably going to stay with Salvar just
Okay.
because she knows he's going to need to concentrate. So, yeah.
Given everything, I'm going with Bulla.
Bola is literally, as she's like, oh my fucking what now? Like, run.
Wayne is tentatively looking between the two and kind of gauging how long Salvar's been. He's gonna walk towards the bar where everyone else is running, and he's just going to close the door into the room that Salvar's in, just like, you know.
As you all dart through, Bola and Alos, you're the first to notice that there is a dryad standing in the bar being shouted at by several people from the People's Union.
Oh,
I'm immediately
Immediate.
just drawing the blade.
Alos,
That is the right choice, Alos.
Alos, I'm going to say as well, something that you can pick up immediately. This was the spellcasting one from before. The one that was up on the roof casting spells.
Oh,
Hold me
I'm
back.
looking blades
Hold me
drawn,
back.
It's
pointing
going down.
at them.
literally, Alos and Bola react the same way. Just pulls out her maul, just ready.
The moment you do, the other People's Union guys also draw their weapons, realizing they need to. And you see that she has her hands out to her side and hasn't got her any of her weapons out. And she says, "You are not currently my enemies. I am not here
That way
with
10
hostile
minutes.
intent." Yes, but things change in a few minutes, darling.
We woke up and chose violence today, didn't we, Zach?
I'll just to
Zach
the
warned us
side
this would
just
take a
say to Bulla, this would be one of the people that I was talking about.
I have a message from my queen. She sent me here because something has happened that you ought to know. And why she has sent me to an enemy, I have no idea. But she
You mean
assures me...
she's not the one that took him?
No. She was there. She saw him being taken. Well, she didn't really explain how she was there. I don't know. She
Don't.
saw it.
Don't gesticulate. Don't embellish.
The
State the
two...
facts.
Merrick was being carried through one of the side alleys. The two people that were taking him were murdered, and then several people took his stretcher and they led him away. They were wearing robes and concealed their faces. It was a group of them, about 8 of them in total, all of them armed, and they led him away. Apparently they taunted him as they and he opened his eyes of his own power.
So he's conscious.
Back, bitches.
My queen has informed you that he is mentally awakened, but she wasn't able to help his body.
Can you undo what you have done to Alos? If we are in any capacity to assist our friend, we need all of us.
I'm unsure as to what you refer to.
The arrows that you shot at me, or your friends more specifically.
Not my arrows. I can't do anything over a shot that wasn't fired by me.
In which case, as a show of good faith, could you tell me who the hell was following me?
Either that or it's gonna get beaten out of you.
I serve the Lady Obret, Queen of Winimere.
Makes me so mad.
To clarify, Queen was the one I spoke to and threatened?
No.
No, the one that you spoke to was one of our... she's the captain of the rear guard.
Yeah, right.
Never, never change, Rob. Never change.
Why are we your enemy?
It's a long story.
Why am I your enemy then?
So I had a fling with the...
So, why am I your enemy then?
I suppose that is the transient property of guilt. You are associated with our enemies, and therefore an enemy of yourself. You are an ally of our hostile force, which designates you as a combatant.
Ally of my enemy is my enemy.
Yes.
You're not here.
Got it.
Apologies, who is Alos an ally of?
That
you
would
oppose so greatly.
That would be yourselves.
We saved Winimere.
Not in her eyes.
You could see that she's clearly biting her tongue. As this
maybe it's
dryad
not in
stands
the dryad's
silently.
eyes, maybe it's in Obret's eyes. She's not allowed to oppose Obret. Her own opinions don't matter. She is a pawn.
You have a
similar
wise
to
friend.
myself.
You have a very wise friend. I have come and given you the information that I have been given. And I, in the name of good honour, once I have left, hostilities return. But I hope this element of good faith...
If you could do us one more kindness, hoping that everyone can put away their weapons.
Bola doesn't move.
I will drop mine to my side, but I will not sheath it.
Wayne will walk over and actually put a hand on Bulla's shoulder. Please.
She'll disengage them all.
Could you find the ones who pierced Alos? And based on the simple fact that we are to work together, because it is Obret's plan, ask them to drop whatever curse they have on our friend. I'm requesting, not demanding.
I will. You have my word.
Thank you.
That's not much.
It's actually a lot. She is a fae. Her word is quite literally soul-binding. Because the other thing that fae struggle to do is lie. They can skirt truths, but they cannot tell falsehoods.
She looks up at you and says, "Are we done?"
For now.
Well, we're done here, but we're not done, clearly, because you stated that all things were off after this conversation was over.
One soldier to another.
I'm no soldier. Merely a dead hero.
as she looks at you and she says, she's not going to stop. And when I face you in battle, you have my regards and my respect as honorable warriors.
If we see you personally in battle, I will not kill you.
She looks at you for a second.
Someone has to lead the Dryads properly once Obret is dead. You actually show some form of compassion for people who are not necessarily your own. You are redeemable.
You can see that she takes like these very big breaths, and there's a look of slight panic as you sort of say that, as she then says, thank you. She then, like, keeping her eyes on you, reaches back and grabs the door handle, opens it, and then walks outwards and leaves the room. Salvar.
Yes.
Your spell completes, and you see something very interesting. Merrick.
God.
You have you've been carried. You've got good perception. You reckon it's been about 15 minutes of walking. As you're like trying to pay attention, you realise that you've gone through a lot of very echoey, busy places. Sounds like you're basically going through some side alleys until you're.
Can I? Sorry, I'm just gonna say, just to add to the flavor here. For the first like 5 minutes, Merrick is like straining so heavily to move, but I imagine there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of like numbness, and he physically struggles so hard. But after about 5 minutes, he calms himself down and he just retreats mentally. So he is now focusing everything in his power to sight, smell, hearing, and also like he's also like praying a little bit. He is reaching out to Sylvanas and kind of just hoping. But yeah,
make a wisdom saving throw.
Is there any chance I can willingly fail this? Because my brain, I will.
Actually, I'm going to say that he does auto fail it because he is incapacitated.
And even if I could roll, I think Merrick would assume this is either Obret or someone he cares about. So he'd probably willingly fail regardless.
So he knows someone's scrying on him.
Yeah.
I feel it. Mentally, Merrick goes, I hope this is someone who actually is going to give a shit. Yep. It hits.
So, no, that's the thing, it doesn't hit yet. The time hasn't elapsed yet. You're still all on the move while this is happening.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
So, Merrick, you are brought down into quite a busy place. You can hear a lot of chattering. Give me a perception check right now to see if you pick up any pertinent details.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh, nice. We love to see it.
32.
Oh, yeah!
Oh.
I think Casey knows exactly what I rolled because I think we have the same bonus.
You can hear them.
Fucking perception dick measuring contest.
What languages does Merrick speak?
Sorry?
What languages does Merrick speak?
He has a fair few. Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, Sign, and Sylvan.
You recognize that they're darting in and out of Elvish, Sylvan, and what you believe sounds Celestial.
Okay, I can only pick up like 2 or 3 words there.
Yeah. And the things that you do pick up, though, is that you hear them constantly referring to the sister. and that they are heading back towards the sister. And several times they say to each other, never mind. Sorry, I had my own meerkat moment then. You can hear them talking about the sister several times, and you can see that they all seem in quite the hurry, and also very anxious. They are looking for tales for themselves. You can hear them saying that they're like checking the areas before they move through them. And you then hear them say that they're worried, that they then say that they think they can spot a heretic following them. And they speed up. And then the last bit that you catch, which is of relevance, is they start to say, between each other, they start talking about their mission later on, because it appears that they are going straight back out again. You hear that they are going to go and loot an armory. You don't hear any details, you just hear them referring to the job and the armory, but you can hear that they're going to steal weapons from the armory.
Merrick's brain cycles a lot of possibilities. He hears that a heretic is following. He thinks to Tara and Salvara and some of the others who came and talked to him and kind of half spoke on the current events that were happening. And his brain just sits and thinks and says, and in an inner monologue, he kind of just goes, "Heretics following. Who the hell is that? Tara? Could be Sarnice, I don't know."
Merrick, as you think to yourself, you are brought into a room and you can hear people chattering away, and you hear the sound of a woman who's clearly in charge here. As she bosses them around and orders a number of healing herbs to be brought to her. You then hear her ask for the room to be cleared. And it is at this point that you begin to hear that she starts to move into Celestial, and you are certain she is casting a spell.
Okay.
You feel a splash of water against your body. Sorry, she has taken off the blanket.
I'm being waterboarded!
Oh no! As you do, you see this older woman dressed up in some very authoritative religious garb.
She a high elf?
Yes, she is an elf. An important note here. I'd like you to do a quick. Do you know what? No, you would know this. You recognise the symbol around her neck. She has her holy symbol out and is incanting to it, and it is the symbol of the Morrigan.
Oh no! Oh no!
I watched the last episode. I watched the last episode. I have a guess who this might be.
Oh my god!
I told you it was the sisters over the break. I told you.
And as she incants, you look up.
Oh, this is where I fucking die.
As she incants, she locks eyes with you and sort of does this little smile, and as she's incanting with one hand, she again does this strange stroking thing across your forehead as she puts more holy water, and you can now taste it. This is holy water. This is blessed holy water she's using. And as she gets towards the end of the spell, you hear a little voice. Merrick, you have friends in high places. May my power move through you.
Am I capable of moving? Sorry.
Survive. Make it home to Rayleigh. Hold her memory in your mind, and my power shall continue. You have my blessing, my child. Merrick, I've got a few things for you to add. Because... wrong music. As energy surges into your body, you can feel the movement coming back. The pain entirely disappears. You feel energized. You have a couple of effects on you now that I need you to write down now, so you need to keep a track on this. You have an active...
Fuck's my pencil!
Yep. You have an active bless condition on you.
Okay.
You have protection from good and evil.
Okay.
You have haste.
I can do that to myself, but that's awesome.
And last of all, you have gained a variety of temporary hit points. Specifically, you have got 60 temporary hit points.
Jesus, damn! He's soloing a boss fight, isn't he? I can tell.
Bold of you to assume Merrick's staying here.
Merrick, you feel like you have just been hit with the strongest cup of coffee in the universe right now, as you are revitalized with energy, and even your old pains and stiffness just goes. You feel so uninhibited for a second. You can see this woman is still casting her spell and hasn't noticed that that this has happened yet.
I'm gonna look. Quick perception check. What type of weaponry do I have on my anywhere near? I know I have nothing on me, but on her belt, is there a dagger? Is there a chair leg I could break off? Is there?
I'm taking your good perception from before because that was fucking awesome. And I'm going to say you will have noticed with that previous perception when it was initially taken off. She has a rapier on her belt. You can see that there are a variety of weapons on a series of benches around the edges of the room. The room is 25 by 25 feet. You are in near the center, offset slightly to the back. There are two doors, one behind you, one in front of you. You're closer to the door behind you. There are two other men in the room who are both heavily armed and are wearing quite powerful armor.
There's men in the room?
There's men in the room.
And
Also in clerical...
a white man!
No! A white man! Sorry,
Your nails with the Shadow Man?
The worst enemy of all.
And you can see that these guys have both got holy garments and robes upon them. But very importantly, you recognize them both as Avoxes. Their lips have been cut away with scars in little marks. These are people who have had their tongues cut out for heresy and that have had to rebuild their way through the orders. They are some of the most loyal and vicious soldiers of the.
You gotta be devoted to stay in a religion after they cut your fucking tongue out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say as well. Importantly, on the weapons that are on the bench, they're pretty close to you. The bench. The bench has rapiers, short swords, daggers, shields, and all sorts on it. It also seems to have several flash bombs, several little alchemist fire jars, and importantly, a sending stone.
Oh shit, we have those, don't we?
Yes! Yes, you do! I was wondering why they never got mentioned up till now.
I'm not sure I'm going to get very far with this, but I take a very deep breath in. I have to do fucking something.
Fuck it, I'll get
Merrick feeling 50 years younger, does a quick, he tucks into a ball. I'm assuming I'm on a table, right? And she's to my right or left?
To your left.
Okay.
So she's on the side opposite the benches.
Okay. I tuck into a quick ball, And as I do, my left hand with the dark markings and the black tattoo almost looking thing reaches out and grabs the hilt of the rapier.
Yep.
I'm going to, as in my ball, I'm going to hastily kick out towards her hips in hopes of pushing her away and pulling the rapier out.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be an action or one of my attacks, because I'll have 3 attacks.
Yeah. So I'm not even putting you into initiative. Because you're haste and you got all these bonuses, you're moving very quickly right now.
Okay.
So
I'll just say like the plan of attack. I'll say the plan of events very quickly.
Eric's on DMT.
Yeah, no, you've got a couple more things you could do before I put you into initiative. So what else are you going to do before I put you into initiative?
Push her away, draw the rapier out. Second thing I try to do is I try to push the rapier into her cheek. My hopes is to stop the incantation. I'm not going for a deep punch. I'm not even going for like a killing blow. It's just a poke to like a spur of the moment, like reel back.
Yeah. Okay.
I then will roll off the table as I hope she gets thrown away. I'll just say like the things that happen that I hope to do, and you can tell me if I need to roll or if anything doesn't happen.
You roll off, and I'm going to say that's the point where I'll put you into initiative. But before I roll the initiative, as we enter into this battle, you launch, dragging her sword out. It almost feels like they're moving in slow motion as you just whip up. You watch as the rapier hits into her face and knocks one of her teeth out as she just... This spurt of blood comes out of her mouth as she like tries to recoil back, and as you give her a shove, she fully is knocked on her ass. She was not remotely ready whatsoever as she just knocked back onto her ass. You stand up. Please roll me initiative with advantage.
Oh, doke. Natural 20. Natural 20 for a total of 25.
Yes! Okay, you are first to act. So, the first thing I'm going to tell you, Salvar, your scry goes through, and you can just see a stood-up Merrick next to a stretcher and a bleeding woman on the floor. You recognize this woman. This woman is one of the Sisters of the Morrigan that you saw when you were at the temple.
Is this a familiar room? As in, I know the location. I can familiarize with the location.
You do recognize this room. Do you know why you recognize this room? You've held prayer in here. They're at a church.
Have I prayed in here?
Yes, it's not one of your churches, but it's a church you have been to prayer with your congregation.
At the Morrigan.
This is a church of the Morrigan, yes.
So it's not the church that Alos was from.
No, that's more of a nunnery, not a church. That's its own little thing. This is a church of the Morrigan.
Question: because the scry's in like a large mirror, does that mean we can all see what's going on in it, or is it only Salvar?
Depends on how you flavor it.
Yeah, I personally flavor it is that you can all see it.
You're in the bar.
Would we have come back by this point, though?
Yeah, by this point you would have had a chance to get back.
Do I recognize this woman?
Yes. You recognize this woman. I need to get her name up now.
Did I stab your mom? I'm sorry.
No, Soren is a half-orc.
Yeah, it's not Soren.
Oh, okay.
All these half-orcs in our campaign.
Yeah, man.
No,
it's the sex appeal.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's almost as if we all are just horny bards at heart.
Yeah.
And I fucked a
In
tree.
real life, a horny bar.
We fucked
I
a
just
tree,
was
yeah.
like, half-orc to protect and nurture me. Yes.
Mommy.
This lady.
Mommy?
My
Sorry.
wife-
Went from one half-orc to another half-orc. You're welcome, Alice.
Sorry,
She's
Zach.
known as Mari, but Mari's name is actually Mariposa.
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 It's
Mari.
a Spanish name. That's pretty.
Mm.
Bad I stabbed her throat.
It's another Celtic name. It's the Spanish Celts. Yeah.
Is her fat sentient?
Don't you fucking dare. That was not in there. Stop making Doctor Who references. I make enough of them. You don't need to create more.
Right, so I am aware what's going on right now. I've been to this location before. I have an idea of how far it is from our current location, right?
Yes, you do. This is like 10 minutes. This is a 10-minute walk. No, not even that. They've actually moved quite a bit closer to you. Yeah, this is like round the fucking corner. This is a couple of minutes if you walk at a normal pace.
And if we teleport?
It's about 500. It's just over 500 feet. So yeah, you can.
And only a
teleport
couple
outside.
people can teleport at a time.
Yeah. Alos.
Yeah.
The important thing you know about Mari is that Mari, she is basically second-hand woman to Sorin. She is sort of the next favourite in the family, for want of a better term. And you also recognise that not only is this a Church of the Morrigan, but you recognise the two Avoxes, as both of them are sworn serfs to Sorin herself.
Okay.
So.
Is everyone going to start running, or are you guys teleporting, or what?
Yeah, I'm going to give a chance for the room to react back in the tavern.
So they essentially see what I just did. They see the disarming, the stab, and the roll off.
Yes.
Bola's just happy that he's back. She'll just smile.
Fair warning. I will say, regardless of the empowerment, you see that like Merrick is like stumbling. He's not graceful with what he's doing. He's often very like he almost moves like a bit of a dancer when he attacks. It's very purposeful, and every step has a place it ends. This is not that. After he stabs and rolls off, he like stumbles and catches himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. What is the initial reaction of everyone in the room?
We need Lissa because, I mean, I know Wayne can teleport, I know Lissa can teleport, but that means I think one of us will be left behind.
Well, okay, hold on. Sorry, go ahead, Casey.
I would say, in this point, Alice would volunteer to just sprint separately, because Merrick is your friend. I have never met him.
Okay.
But leave her alive.
Okay, so Alice would say leave her alive, because I was going to ask, do we clock the fact that she's a sister of the Morgan, basically? Because we all went there. So we know the robes
This is
they
a
were
different
wearing.
place. This is a different place.
Yeah.
But
no,
you,
I was just talking
you
about the
saw
robes
her
they were wearing.
Yeah, you recognise it because you all did meet this woman at the temple. So you all have met this woman only in passing, so you don't know her name or anything, but you recognise her face, and you can see her holy symbol.
Bola's just gonna look at Olos confused at this point, then, because our stream has gone off
so much.
Oh,
Our stream has gone offline.
What?
there was a network error.
Oh shit, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back up.
Okay, cool.
So we'll literally look at Wayne to say that I'll meet you guys there, knowing that you can teleport because I've experienced that, or saw that you did that. Look at you, say, long story short, I'm no longer a sister. I don't know what's going on in the Order anymore. I will explain more later. Leave her alive, please. And then I'm sprinting towards the church because I assume I know where that is as well.
Is the stream back up?
Yeah.
I've got a blank.
It's the blank screen.
It's live here. It's the delay.
Oh,
There's
okay.
there is a delay between the two, but I'm back to being live on my settings here.
Give it a sec.
Before Wayne goes, he's gonna activate his form of dread.
Shovel becomes a scythe.
Yeah, and
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's more just waiting for people at that point. Like, he's literally got his hand out for whoever's going to take it.
Oh, Bola takes it. She's like, take me now.
Quickly,
Yeah, go ahead.
I will lawn strider myself again just so I can get to meet them quicker.
This time, because he's got the scythe, he actually seems to stab it into the air itself and then drag down and there is, instead of him just like flashing with you and there's the scream, he literally tears open a hole in reality where you see the screaming.
Hang on. Here's the streamer because I've been redoing this all the time. I can't.
Yeah,
get off on it.
same. Maybe it's just because we're American.
I'm
No,
English.
I've still got it.
No.
It's staying offline.
Okay.
Maybe we put a quick pause.
Yeah.
Quick pause. Yeah.
Let's do a quick pause.
It's all good. I have to pee anyway before I fight
Alright.
bitches.
That's what I
so-
ran to do. I was like, I gotta
Yeah.
pee.
Yeah, I'm a pee. I broke the seal like forever ago, and now I haven't stopped drinking. So
I'm gonna bring up the previous stream to see where we left off, so we know where to take off from.
Okay,
Okay.
Thanks, Rob.
I'm gonna go.
Something I'm going to run
Yeah.
to the toilet while we got the chance.
Yeah, go on.
Now I need snackies.
Right.
Oh, Zach.
Oh, don't.
Sorry. Hey, you're doing well tonight, my friend. We'll say. This may be an oh. Hang on. There we go. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, it's still saying offline, which is odd.
Oh, okay. I think I'm.